Welcome back to 20-Side Adventures. This is Cleric 201, where we're going to discuss the subclasses available to the Cleric, which there are two primary subclasses, which are referred to as Doctrines. If you check out the Doctrines page on Archives of Nethys, you will actually find three Doctrines. One of these is tied to a specific class archetype that we'll talk about in 202. But in this video, we will be discussing the Cloistered Cleric and the Warpriest. The Cloistered Cleric is a casting-focused version of the Cleric, where the Warpriest is a more melee-focused version of the Cleric, perhaps giving you a little bit of that Warpriest of Sigmar vibe. If you like what we're doing here on the channel, please leave a like and subscribe. We're pushing for 1,000 by year's end. Easiest way to support the channel, leave the comments. I do appreciate chatting with all of you guys. And if reading about campaign adventures in novella style is something you might be interested in, pop on over to my Substack and learn about what is happening at my table during my Shattered Lands campaign, a kingdom builder. With no further ado, let's learn about the Doctrines of the Cleric with Cleric 201. You have two primary subclasses on the Cleric, the Cloistered Cleric and the Warpriest. And you'll notice in here, you're going to get different things at different levels depending on your doctrine. The Cloistered Cleric, as the word implies, you are someone that's raised by the cloth, maybe in a monastery or a church, and you are the more caster-focused cleric. So if you want to be a magic-using cleric, Cloistered Cleric is the path for you. At first level, when you choose this doctrine, you're going to get the Domain Initiate feat. So you will look at your deity's repertoire, see what domains are available to them, select the domain, and gain a focus spell based on that domain. At third level, you're going to get a Fortitude increase. At 7th level, you're going to get your spell DC and attack modifier increase, so you're going to be better at casting. At 11th, you're going to get access to critical specializations, assuming you're using your deity's favored weapon. And then 15th and 19th is your spell ranks increase to Master and Legendary. You'll notice this particular doctrine does not modify your armor any, so you are a robe-wearing cleric in this build. You are very much the mage of the divine casting world when you go Cloistered Cleric. The Warpriest, on the other hand, is you are a battle bishop, a military leader, someone who is in the thick of things. So at first you are going to get light and medium armor training, so you can choose to be a little bit on that more frontline side. You are going to gain the shield block feat for free, and you gain deadly simplicity, which is a cleric feat. Helps out deific weapons that might lag behind a little bit. So if it's a simple weapon or an unarmed attack and it is the favored weapon of your deity, you're going to bump the dice size up by 1. So if it's a D4 weapon, it's now D6. If it's D6, it's now D8. So you're going to be able to compete with martial weapons with a deity maybe that just doesn't have that great of a weapon. At 3rd, you're going to get trained in martial weapons, so you're going to get your martial weapon training earlier. At 7, you're getting critical specialization with your deity's favored weapon, so you're going to get that fairly early, again, because you're going to be fairly front rank focused. Your spell attack and spell DCs will get modified at 11th, so you're still okay at casting, but clearly your focus is going to be frontline fighting with magic to support your melee. At 15, your fortitude gets increased, and you get upgraded successes to critical successes instead on fortitude saves. And then at 19th, you're getting master proficiency in your deity's favored weapon, spell attack modifiers, and spell DC. So all of that comes along with you. So for the cleric, two real simple paths. Do you want to be in armor and in the front lines and be that battle bishop, that warpriest, and just rolling through the enemies in the thick of the fight using your magic to keep your frontline fighters moving forward? Or do you want to be a backline robe-wearing casting cleric? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you prefer playing a Warpriest or do you prefer playing a Cloistered Cleric? As always, if you haven't already, please leave a like and subscribe. It's very much appreciated. And I'm going to wish you a fantastic time in your 20-side adventures. We'll catch you next time.